Hello and welcome to another episode of Project SNES, episode 3 this is now, where I'm going out basically building a complete in-box Super Nintendo collection, starting with nothing. So I had to sell one of my games, we did way back a couple of episodes ago now, and then going out, buying stuff, selling stuff on various marketplaces, trading in stuff for profit. So I'm pleased to say we've got another delivery, so we're going to open that up shortly. But before we do that, let's have a recap on what we've bought and sold this week. Right, okay, so lovely morning, just out on the bike. So car boot sale is about 20-25 minutes from here now. So I've taken 20 quid from the cash pot. So like I say, I'm on the bike, I've got a rucksack, so I'm not going to be buying loads of stuff. I wouldn't anyway with that much, but if I can get maybe 3 or 4 items that we can flip, then I'll be happy with that. So yeah, so let's see how it goes. Right, so I've just taken a bit of a pit stop on the way back. Didn't do too bad. A couple of bags worth. Got the rucksack and a JD bag. I mean, the thing is, I'm noticing now is everyone's going for video games. Every stall I went to, or every boot, sorry. First thing people are saying, you got any video games? You got any old video games, computer games, anything like that? You've got to look elsewhere now, you know what I mean? If you want to flip stuff, you know, especially the way I'm doing this, it's unlikely that you're going to find absolute bargains galore video games. I mean, everyone's on it. So, yeah, I've done alright. A few pairs of shoes, a couple of books, and then some film, which is a little bit left field. But yeah, let's head back and I'll show you what we picked up. Okay, so I've just got in from the boot sale. Total spend £17. I'm going to show you now everything that I bought, and then yeah, we'll deduct it from the sheet. So no video games at all, but hopefully some stuff that should make some profit. So I've got 4 pairs of trainers, some books, some movies, but a little bit different to what you think, and a NBA top. So we'll start with the NBA top. This was £3, which is a Toronto Raptors Adidas with Lowry on the back. It's all official. It's got all the NBA tag and everything like that. So that's decent. I mean, 3 quid for that. Hopefully we'll be able to get 20 quid for that. Somewhere there or thereabouts anyway. 4 pairs of trainers. I'll just quickly whiz through these because I realise not everyone's interested in this sort of stuff, but they flip, they sell. Okay, Skechers all day long, £2. Pair of New Balance. These are nice. These were only 2 quid. I thought they'd be more than that. So they're okay. New Balance 336. Not the normal style New Balance, but they'll still be alright. Pair of Converse again. I love Converse. Anything like that. If you get any Converse high tops in decent enough condition, then they'll sell all day. These were 3 quid. He wanted a £5, but he did take 3 in the end. So, yeah, they'll be alright. And then the last pair of trainers, unbelievable. Couldn't believe it, because these are a really nice seller. Nike Cortez Classics, so 2018 model. These can fetch decent money. These won't, because they've got a little bit of a scuff there, but these were £1, and I will still probably get 20-25 quid for these once they've cleaned up. Decent, immaculate condition. Could have aimed for 70-80 quid, but you know, for a quid they were not going to be left there. So that's the 4 pairs of trainers, and then we've got 2 books. Interesting story about these books, not really about these in particular, but I saw these in a charity shop the other week and I nearly picked them up then, but they had all the notes and that written inside them. So I got the 2 exact same ones that I saw in the charity shop, These were £2 each. That one on its own's not really worth much. That one's probably worth a tenner. So we'll bundle them both up and probably get something like 15 quid, which is good. So that's so far. We've got the NBA jersey, we've got the 2 sociology books, and the 4 pairs of trainers. And then the last thing I bought today is a complete punt. Well, I say complete punt. I did wander off and do a little bit of research. I saw it all first. It was an old guy, and he had like a really old Super 8 film player, sort of like device, and he wanted 20 quid for that. There's no way I was going to get that home on the bike, but he did have a load of film as well, and I bought a whole stack, pretty much a whole bundle of his film, pretty much everything he had, not that much, but a whole stack of Super 8 movies for £4. Was it £4 or £3? I think it was £4, yeah. So, and then, I mean, these are all going to be, I'll need to look at them all, basically. We've got the Korean War one, horror one. I thought that might have been an alright one. That sort of reminds me of the horror Top Trumps. I don't know if anyone remembers that. That's well worth looking out for, by the way. If you ever see that at the car boot sale, the horror Top Trumps, don't leave that behind. Anyway, this is nothing to do with Top Trumps. So those 2. And then we got 3 more, which I don't know anything about. That one there. This one I thought might be alright. The Blob by Steve McQueen. And then a Lauren and Hardy one. And then a blank one, completely don't know what that is. I won't be able to obviously sell that. And then the last one, which I think probably will be the best of the lot. King Kong. Super 8 film. I mean, this is a really old film, 1933. Completed listings on this are all over the shop. This is the one I looked at. So I looked at the stack. I didn't obviously look on my phone in front of him. I wandered off for a little bit, and I had a little look. Now this one, in varying conditions, there's one of this that's gone for about 9 quid, so nothing major. But then there's other versions of this which have gone for like 120, 130 quid. Now I don't know quite exactly how I'm going to be able to sort of gauge this one, you know. Maybe we'll punt somewhere in the middle and just see what happens. And then the others I don't know yet, I haven't looked at. But for £4 for all of them, I don't think we're going to go too wrong. So we've got £4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 14, and then the jersey. Yeah, so £17 total spend. So we'll deduct that off the sheet, and yeah, not too bad at all. Well, okay, so a few days have passed now, and I'm pleased to say that 5 items have sold. I'm just going to run through them quickly. So we got the Skechers, the grey Skechers. They sold for $19.99. The New Balance 336 white trainers. I knew they wouldn't hang around. They sold for $24.99. Really good sale that. Only paid £2 for them. The Nike Cortez, because they were a bit scuffed up, I did take best offer. Someone offered me £14. I only paid £1. So yeah, I was happy to see them go. And then the black Converse, they sold for £17.50. I pushed out the offers on that. I had a few watchers, so I offered them out for £17.50 and they sold. And then the last one was the 2 sociology A-level books. They sold for $15.99. Okay, so take away fees and everything off that. That now gives us £80 and 74 pence in the game fund, which is really good. And obviously, yeah, so okay, so let's get this opened up. Okay, so let's have a little look. Like I say, this was £20. Bought it off Vinted. So I'm just going to have a little look at this. Obviously, I've seen pictures of this, so I am kind of aware of what it should look like. But, you know, let's have a little look. It's a game that I wasn't too familiar with anyway. I didn't intend on buying it. It was a bit of a strange one really. But it just looked quite cool, and because it was complete and I thought it was a fair price. So well packed. Some of you might already be able to see what it is. Just something a little bit different, I thought. Right, so there we go. So it is, and it is pretty beaten up, but you know, 32 years old. So we got the Addams Family Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt. So as you can see, the box has seen better days, but you know, I'm not too bothered about that. It's another one that's, you know, 1992, 31 years old. You know, you've got to expect a little bit of wear. Let's have a look and see what the rest of it's like. That's a repro insert, which we're not too bothered about. And there's the manual, which is, you know, not too bad. And the cart. So yeah, not too bad. Decent. Although the insert is unofficial, we're still claiming this as a, you know, complete inbox. I'm not too worried about inserts. The box has seen better days. Let's put it on the other camera and we'll have a closer look. The Addams Family Pugsley Scavenger Hunt is a platform game released by Ocean in 1992. The game is a side-scrolling platform game that plays very similar to the previous Addams Family game. The player can choose which level to attempt by entering whichever door they choose in the Addams house. Got some fairly decent reviews. Computer and Video Game Magazine reviewed it, 87 out of 100. Super Play gave it a 90%. Super Action an 88%. Official Nintendo Magazine gave it 89 out of 100. Some magazines and review sites did knock it a little bit though. One of the major sources of criticism for the SNES version, unfortunately, was the lack of password feature, despite the game being very difficult. The password feature was actually present on the NES and the Game Boy versions, however. But it was praised for its graphics, and they are way more colourful than the previous title. Yeah, so here we go. So yeah, obviously it's got some wear to it. One of those little tabs is actually missing on the back there. Oh, on the side, sorry. But that one's not too bad. But you know, what can I say really? You're gonna get this for 20 quid. Do you know what I mean? I'm still claiming that as a complete inbox. It's £20. Obviously it's got a little bit of wear down the side there as well. But we'll still get it sleeved up. We're going to get the manual's going to get sleeved up. The box is going to get a box protector. And that is going to go up on the shelf. And that will sit nicely on the shelf among the others. Okay? So there you go. So that's the latest edition. Now with that, obviously taking that off the sheet, that was a £20 vinted. He did accept an offer. He had it up for 25. So that takes us down to 64. That takes us down to £60 and 74 pence. Okay. So let's recap. We'll do a little recap on the sheet and I'll show you everything as it is. So here we are inside the sheet, as I say, £60, 74 pence. All the greens are the solds. I've put a little key there. So the green is sold. The sort of orange colour was the start. And then the blue is a purchase from the running total. Okay. I've also got a games list. I'll need to add that on there. But obviously these were ones that I already had in the collection. And those two other ones were CEX credit. So CEX credit will have to be done differently. Anything that I trade in on CEX, perhaps I'll make a new tab for that. But there you go. Look, so full disclosure, full transparency. There's everything after fees. Because obviously I don't want to put the full sale price because it's not. That's not what you get. So there you go. And yeah, good start. Okay, so there you go. So I hope you enjoyed that episode. Another edition takes us up to 8 now. Takes us up to 8 games, complete in box for the Super Nintendo. I'm loving it. I'm loving collecting for this. It's a really cool machine. We played actually Super Mario All Stars the other night, and you know it was great. So yeah, I'm going to carry on. I mean, I keep saying this, but I do now want to kind of build the pot up a little bit, because I would like to go after some of the more kind of prestige, not silly money titles, but you know, start getting 1 or 2 of the, you know, the more decent ones. But yeah, so anyway, so that's the latest one added in, 8 now. Thanks very much for watching. As always, likes, subscribes, fully appreciated. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.